You're such an asshole.
Last video of the day. And then Cappy can go to the gym and upload videos and more work. Yay, GDP. Hey asshole, first of all, congratulations on this great enterprise of yours. I've been a fan of the channel for a good time now, and it really inspires me to push forward on my goals and achieve my best. I have a video request for you. It may be a long one since I found it necessary to detail the situation thoroughly. Information in brackets is confidential, but feel free to anonymize more. If I was too specific, keep up the good work. I'm a 22-year-old, short Brazilian male. I got an IQ of 128, but I noticed because you use paragraphs. I'm not joking. I'm just noticing that the smarter people use paragraphs. The moron, block of text, no organization, barfing out, vomiting out words. Never get to the point. I'm extroverted, driven, belligerent, sarcastic, shy, and perfectionist, and intellectually inclined. People older than me have told me I'm sober insane. In terms of looks, I think I may be an 8 or something, as I've had very pretty girls passionately compliment me after sex while stroking my hair and all that good stuff. My goodness. I'm picturing people smoking cigarettes afterwards, even though no one really ever does that. I also made some newbie gains at the gym, so I guess I've improved my score. That being said, I'm still not sure, and every once in a while I have self-esteem issues, and he sent some pictures. My hobbies include going out with my buddies, playing the drums, making my life more efficient, watching old movies, and Seinfeld. Really? Seinfeld? Is that popular in Brazil? Do they translate it to Portuguese? Reading classics in the park, writing philosophy and poetry. Knock that poetry stuff off. Knock it off. I mean, do it for your own good if you want to, but poetry is not going to... And you're 22. I don't know what philosophical observations you're going to have at 22. The writing is good for the practice of writing, but everything I wrote was shit when I was in my teens and 20s. Everything. But you got to get that out to become a good writer. Studying ancient Roman religion and astrology. Don't give me shit if it's not scientific. I find it interesting anyway. I'm not giving you shit. I just had a spasm. Can a man have a spasm? Going to the gym. And I still haven't found a place I can do this, but I'm really looking forward to the Olympic javelin throw. Well, get going. There's got to be a facility nearby. After wasting a couple of years studying psychology, I decided I couldn't tolerate the hippies and the constant smell of weed anymore. The topic still interests me, especially the field of psychometrics and intelligence. And the girls there were hotter and more intellectual than average, although Marxism was a pain in the ass, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, look, all girls major in psychology. They all do. And then they don't get the doctor, and they think they're going to help people. And it's not even that they think they're going to help people. They major in psychology because it's easy and it avoids math. Until they realize that when you need to get a doctorate in psychology, there's a lot of math involved with statistics. And then like, afterwards, I have fond memories of those times, despite the lazy and smart-ass attitude most people had. Since then, nowhere have I had the opportunity to debate ideas as in the filthy hippie-filled wasteland. On top of that, maybe because I wasn't as neurotic with productivity as I am today, I dated the most girls at that time. My numbers are not that impressive for my age, but I was getting laid more back then than I currently am. Out of the outstanding figure of 24 girls that I've been with, only 4 of which I got to bangs. Oh, I remember. Okay, yeah. You have dated 24 girls. You've only got to bang 4 of them. 22 were from those 2 years. So 24. Let's just say 24. 1 a month. That's not bad. You could do better. Dude, I was in double. Dating is nothing. I mean, maybe times are different now, but dude, I remember having 4 dates in one weekend. Twice. Like I had to do day, night, date. Actually, it was night, date, Friday, day, night, day, Friday into Sunday. I was killer on dating, although it was easy with dancing involved. My closure rate was horrible. Get them on dates. Couldn't get them back for a second or third. But a young, decent-looking man like you, and I did see your picture. You should be. I think you just got to ask out more girls. It's just a sales game. It's just a volume game. That's all it is. You can improve your statistics a little bit. It'll improve with approaching. But 4 out of 24, that's 1/6. That's not bad at all. Not bad at all. And 22, that's pretty good for 22. A lot of guys will inflate their number. Oh yeah, dude, I banged 20 girls by the age of 20. I'm like, I'm sorry, were you captain of the football team? You weren't? No, you're lying. It's even the captain of the football team wouldn't bang 20 girls by the age of 20. Fast forward a bit, and now I'm a different town. You're in a large town in Brazil and majoring in economics. No. I'm in a prestigious college, got a nice scholarship, so it's all good. The problem, as you would have expected, is coexisting with normies. The contrast with my old friends makes it worse. People in this college are spoiled rotten. Yeah, you're in a prestigious college. You're in one of the larger towns in Brazil. It's where all the popular kids go. It's where all the connected kids go. Maybe not your particular school, but it's a party school. It's lower IQ. Whatever school you're at before, people were probably a little bit more serious about their studies, although they may have been a little bit hippy-tippy. All right. But now you're just in the big city. No one goes to college in the big city for education. They go there for fun. The education is quite secondary. It's incidental. Problem is as coexisting with normies. The contrast with my old friends makes it worse. People in this college are spoiled rotten, extravagant, uninteresting, and materialistic. That's why I went to the city. So you could say that about all people that go to the big city. That's what they are. They also talk about me behind my back, so that pisses me off. Don't worry about that shit. You're not a chick. Well, maybe you are if you listen to astrology. Not all of them do this, of course. Only the cool kids. Really? There's still cool kids in college? Really? But I still hate even the thought of conspiracy and backstabbing. I wish I could just submit them to my will and enslave them. Yeah, you can, but I have been focusing on self-improvement instead. I've quit the video games and porn, began working out and discovered Rush's book, but still have no javelin throw. Dude, you're on the way. Dude, once you start throwing javelin, you're hitting the gym. These guys don't matter. Honest to God, I would throw one in those kids' faces if it was not illegal. These guys, dude, you're like a liberal in the United States. You let Donald Trump live in your room your brain rent free. You gotta, unless these kids are doing something specific to you, like messing up your reports, plagiarizing you, lying to a professor. If all they're doing is gossiping behind your back, that's truly petty shit. Like the amount of gossiping that goes on behind my back on the internet, I couldn't care less. You don't have time to worry about that shit. Go do your shit, and you're doing that. So go do your javelin throw workout, study. Don't let the inferiors bother you. Like I said, unless they're doing actually something to harm you or delay your education or threaten it, all right, then worry about it. But otherwise, if they're just gossiping, who gives a shit? This is the social question, i.e. how to survive in a corrupt and shallow social environment. There's also a sexual one. Seriously, I don't know what the fuck happened when I moved from my hometown. It is said that the girls are supposed to be easier in the city, but in my experience, it is the opposite. Well, you're in college. You went to the party school. You're where everything is popular. And I guarantee you, American influence is starting to affect Brazilian girls. But it's also you're in your younger 20s. I think the girls are easier if they were in their later 20s and 30s. That might be true of the city as a whole. But not college-age kids, not at a party school, not at the prestigious popular school. They're going to be more snooty. They're only going to sleep with the truest, most baddest alpha at school. And I don't know how much feminism has infiltrated that particular school you're at. But if it has, it's the same thing here in the United States. You don't You don't go to college to get chicks anymore. You go to college to get educated. And you don't even go to there to get educated. You go to there to get a certification is what you do. The girls, everything's done online, so I would not even be bothering worrying about women at this college. It's true that I'm not going out as much as I used to. Maybe I'm too busy or not putting enough time into running day game, or maybe girls aren't a priority to me as they have been in the past. There you go. Nothing. Oh my God, you mean you're going to school to study and you're hitting the gym and you're working on self-improvement? Really? So there's less time in the day to chase down girls? No kidding. Or maybe the age difference with my colleagues is too hard to bear. They're 3 years younger, which I think would be insurmountable, right? No, 3 years, you should be able to do better if you're a little bit older. Or maybe I've become unaccustomed to the game again. One last note on the issue. I've found that older women are better in most regards than the average 20-something. Yes, they are. I like how they are more experienced and humbled by life's hurdles. Yes. They also seem to enjoy sex more, especially with younger guys like myself. Should I try to specialize my game towards them? Yeah, if you want, yeah. If you're just looking to get laid, nothing wrong with going after, I remember my buddy, he came back from a bar and he had a smile. I'm like, what? He's like, I banged a 30-year-old, and we were like 23 at the time. I'm like, oh, dude, it's totally naughty, man. That's awesome. And I think she came looking around for him later on, too. And they kind of had it. And then she went away. And it was wonderful. It was nice. Cute girls my age usually make me want to blow my brains out. Yes, that young 20-something girls will make you want to do that, yes. Finally, after watching many of your videos, I'm familiar with the concept of being a bland drink. But to me, that doesn't seem to be the case. As I just noted, these days I have been the one feeling this way towards women. That is, that they are superficial and unintelligent. But as the saying goes, men cannot live with nor without them. This ambivalence is driving me nuts as I struggle to balance the animalistic urge to bite and slap those pretty asses with, yeah, you're gonna go right to jail, man. And he got kicked out of school. With tolerating the unappealing person attached to said asses. Almighty Captain of Wisdom, confer your knowledge upon me. What shall I do about these difficulties? I said, well, what are the differences between where he went to college, which was his hometown, and the girls here? I kind of have the answer already. He says, okay, the town he's in is one of the largest in the town, while the town he's from is much, much smaller. Not even 1 million people. Girls are way hotter back home. I think it's the German, Italian, and Portuguese mixture that makes it so good. In Rio, you got people from all over the place, so the results can be fucked up. You still have hotties over here, but their egos are over the roof. The mixture thing applies to customs as well. My town is way more traditional. People are generally more respectful and punctual in my hometown. The town I'm in now is known for a characteristic Brazilian way. You know, the shit that makes foreigners think Brazil is somewhat of a zoo. We don't think it's a zoo. It's just a second world shithole that you're going to be late. The Brazilians might attack too. Let's just attack now and wait for them later on. People in the current town I'm at are very much retarded. Teen pregnancy is standard over here. People's hygiene is poor. Wow. They completely disregard planning and organizing. Do everything last minute. Show up without being invited. The climate here is absolutely horrible. My hometown has a decent climate. Even I get to wear sweaters in winter, breathe dry and cold air, and all that good cozy stuff. Rio is a tropical shithole. For example, there's a famous nickname for the city is 40 graus. 40 degrees centigrade. I've started going to the beach more often since I got here. I mean, what else is there to do when it's that hot? Both cities have great beaches, but place I'm at, public transportation is way better. Music in town in my hometown is salvageable. You've got lots of alternative and indie bullshit, which is not that great, but it's not that bad. Music, on the other hand, in my current town is torture. I encourage you to listen to funk karaoke. There's nothing like it. Is it like reggaeton? Spanish rap? You see what I mean. Guys here have the thug bad boy complex and try to be super smooth and casual and unreliable and complete fuck-ups in life. Girls here are slutty as hell, and most of them haven't even touched a single book in their whole lives. My experience back home has been more of the hipster pseudo-intellectual. Yeah, it sounds like that. It's kind of like Evergreen in Seattle. It's like hippie man, we're like, oh, intellectual. Which still bang you at the end of the night, but not without providing a nice conversation beforehand, blah, blah, blah. Smartphone question really doesn't apply. I haven't noticed a big difference. As I've said, the discrepancy really appears to be psychological or cultural in nature. There seems, however, to be happening some kind of normalization. The degenerate ways here are spreading all across the country. Yep. I've even heard some people playing funk karaoke in my hometown. One last note to illustrate, however, the south of Brazil relates to the rest of it. There's an actual political movement founded in 1992 called The South is My Country, which aims to separate the South from Monkey Land. It's its own quasi-European state. It's not even the first such time of separation has been tried. That's a story for another time. All right, let's go to your regular questions here. Struggle to balance what you do about your difficulties. All right, well, we talked about the social question, how do I survive in a corrupt and social environment? And then also, how do I get the girls? You're not there for socializing. You're not. And there is going to be no social environment for you. You once again, not to keep beating the IQ bush, but it's relevant. You got an IQ 2 standard deviations above the mean. You're not going to be able to intellectually associate with or jive with people that go to the rank and file popular school. I'm just picturing this as like high school version 2.0. This is just an extension of high school. And people who come from privileged backgrounds, mommy and daddy pay for shit, they go there for the parties. Then you're also going to a large town in Brazil where everybody goes there because it's popular and they're partying and no one's taking their studies seriously. It's catty, it's pathetic, it's inferior. I don't know what they're possibly gossiping about behind your back. I got more important shit to do than gossip about people when I'm in college. And there's also the element that you're a little bit older than these girls, but it's really more your intelligence. You're just not going to get along with your average cookie cutter, dipshit major Brazilian girls who are 20 years old, who are there to party and not study. It's just not. I want to catch bass, and you are fishing in a pond that only has northern. You're not going to get what you want in this college. You're going to get your degree, and that's why you went there. Go there to get your education. All right? I would not even bother trying to find friends there. If you get some cool friends, cool, you meet some friends. But I think you're going to find more of your friends at the gym, at the javelin throwing. Go join the javelin club. There's got to be something. You guys got the internet in Brazil, right? You can look it up. There's got to be a javelin team somewhere. Go join that club. Go do what you want to do. You gotta look, college, you're only going there for the education. Nothing else. Not socializing, not girls, not nothing. Go there. Heck, if you could take classes online and not have to go to the campus, save yourself the time, go to the gym some more. So your social life, I've never focused on my social life until more recently as everyone got old and tired and dead. I'm like, okay, I gotta go find new friends. So now I go to the meetup groups. But even then, I don't, oh God, someone's behind my back. Oh, I gotta find some friends. I've always had friends where by going out and doing what I wanted, I would make friends. I think if you do the same thing, you will go out and find friends as well. Friends who aren't going to talk behind your back. Friends that aren't 19 years old. Friends that you are able to engage with on an intellectual level. And there might be some girls there involved as well. In addition to that, for the girls, I think you hit it on the head. Oh, God. You can't. A party school girl? You're going to try and find love and intellectual, not love, but warmth, let's say, and femininity and intellectual conversation with girls at a party school? It's not going to happen. That just is not going to happen. They're not capable of it. They don't want it. Again, you're fishing for bass. All that's in the pond is northern. You're not going to catch what you want. So I think you hit it on the head. Dating outside of college, you could go older. Older women have a little bit more life experience. They're more mature. They're not as vain or vapid, but don't have too high of expectations. I don't know what's like in Brazil. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with dating a 28, 29, 30-year-old. Nothing wrong with it, man. You go MILF and cougar out all you want, man. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Be very careful to wrap it up in case the girls have the baby rabies. You were talking about everyone's teenage pregnancy out there. All right, well, let's be careful there, young man. But I think you're just going to... I'm not even saying you're going to bond intellectually with any of these women. It's just not going to be fingernails on a chalkboard like it would be if you're going out with a 19-year-old girl. So I would date older. I would go out with older women. Go out, go out to whatever clubs or venues you want. Go to the beach. Take up whatever hobbies. Go online. I don't know what dating services are out there in Brazil. But you're going to do better with the older gals. But I would not have high expectations. And dude, just get used to lowering your expectations with that IQ. Just it's, in general, it's just imagine you're dealing. The world is full of retards. You really gotta, okay, let's go, Jimmy. I know, yay, you walked across the street on your own. It's kind of like that when you're gonna, especially if you're gonna date a 19-year-old girl. Oh yeah, you should pay your own bills. Yay, you paid your phone bill 3 months late. All right, let's try and get it a little more updated now. They're excited because they got the kid with there's a lot more kids with Down syndrome that are more independent and reliable than a lot of these girls that you're going to, and boys that you're going to college with right now. At least you see them and they work real hard. It's very hard for them. They go and they work at McDonald's and they mop the floors and do whatever. You may look at that, isn't that charitable? You got to think of it from the perspective of the person who's mentally impaired. That is a huge thing. That's more of an accomplishment than any of these people you're going to college with majoring in their stupid degrees. That's more of an honorable accomplishment than that. And so but you can't have that expectation that the kid with Down syndrome at McDonald's is going to start talking to you and laying down some mad Austrian economic philosophy. And so you got to view your college peers in a similar manner. They're not capable of having real intellectual conversation. And I would also not get too excited about, just because she's 28 and has a job, okay, she'll show up on time, maybe a little bit more reliable, but she's not going to be laying down Plato and Socrates with you either and talking about philosophy. So, as I always advise young men, I'm not saying don't chase after the girls, but you're gonna have a happier life, a more productive life, a more successful life, focusing on the shit you want to do, and you're really not going to see a decrease in the number of women. You might even see an uptick because when you go do what you want to do, believe it or not, there are women there. There were women in dance classes. Oh my God, did Aaron get his dick sucked by girls who were in dance classes? About 75% of them were. There you go. Hiking, yes, there are girls in hiking, there are girls in motorcycles, there are girls everywhere. Maybe the women in the motorcycle group are a little bit more leathery than you'd like, but there are women everywhere. Volleyball, I always love playing volleyball. Javelin throw, there's got to be women, there's got to be a women's javelin throw thing. But college, your basic bitch college, the party school college, wow, surprise, surprise. They're not as intellectual back at home. No kidding. All right, there you go. Questions, answers, AssholeConsulting.com. Cappy's got to go hit the gym. Speaking of the gym. Oh, God, it is a day for the gym, isn't it? All right, we'll see you guys later. Toodles.